Mount Olympus, Greece. Rising over 9,500 feet, this sacred mountain is the second tallest in the Balkan Peninsula. According to ancient myth, it was also the chosen home of immortal deities known as the Olympians.
Mount Olympus hides a particularly mysterious abode where the gods live in perfect immortal repose for all of their existence. Even nowadays, clouds gather around the top of it. That's where it is assumed that the abode of the gods was, up in the clouds that you weren't able to see.
Mount Olympus was viewed as sacred by the ancient Greeks, and the city of Dion, located at the foot of the mountain, became a major center of pilgrimage and religious worship in the 5th century BC.
Dion was at the base of Mount Olympus, and it was believed to be a power spot. 4th century BC, Alexander the Great came to Dion before launching off on his vast conquest of Asia. There is something about this place, something very important related to the mountain. The Greeks were fascinated by Mount Olympus, and they believed that real people, real gods, were living up there. When they saw lightning flashes, storm clouds, and when there were natural disasters, they believed the gods were angry.
The Olympians were huge sky beings who descended on Earth and had a headquarters at Mount Olympus. They interacted with humans, and the ancients believed that they were real beings.
For many years, historians believed that the Greek stories were complete myth. But then in 1870, the German archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann discovered Troy. Similarly, we have the story of the oracle at Delphi and the god Apollo speaking through the oracle. Archaeologists have now found the exact spot where the oracle at Delphi sat. So now we know that some of the Greek stories are genuine. So is it possible that the stories of the Olympians are also true?
It's possible that they were actually extraterrestrial beings who came here to influence humankind.
Could the myths of ancient Greece be true? Was Mount Olympus home to gods living here on planet Earth? And if so, might those powerful deities have been extraterrestrials, as some ancient astronaut theorists believe? According to the accounts of the Greek poet Hesiod from the 8th century BC, the Olympians were the children of the Titans, another generation of gods thought to occupy nearby Mount Othrys. Fed up with the oppressive rule of the Titans, the Olympians waged a brutal rebellion against them, using Mount Olympus as their base.
The command was done from the mountains, and the battle took place on the plains between the mountains. And the battle went on and on. The Olympians prevailed, finally capturing the Titans.
Whenever we have references to Mount Olympus, it is described to be this magnificent palace, and the temple walls were always gleaming of gold or gleaming with silver, and a lot of little lights that they described as jewels, some blinking lights and all those things. Well, if you look at that from a modern perspective, what if Mount Olympus and Mount Othrys were basically the command posts where the Olympians and the Titans drew up their battle plans? And when I say command posts, I'm talking about a functioning military outpost in the mountains for an all-out war between extraterrestrials.